Corey, I have a question for you.
Yes, ma'am.
How to get better at flirting and small talk?
So I did a video years ago called Improving Your Social Skills, which is on my YouTube channel under Essential Fundamentals. And what I teach guys to do that want to get better, one of the things they can do is go work in like the restaurant business because you're going to interact with a lot of people, especially like tending bar. And so you have to be a good listener. And this is right out of Dale Carnegie's How to Win Friends and Influence People. You want to take a sincere, authentic interest in other people and ask them the kind of questions that they would enjoy answering. And if you really like somebody, like you're a guy and you really like a girl and you are really attracted to her, you should be fascinated by her. And if you're fascinated by her, you're going to want to know what makes her mind tick, what she's into, what her hobbies are, what her interests are, things she loves to do for fun. And so asking the kind of questions that she would enjoy answering and being excited about the answer goes a long way, because as human beings, when we listen to somebody for a period of time, and this is especially true because I used to teach salespeople, and I used to teach all my salespeople, don't go into your sales pitch right away. You want to get to know your customer. And so it's like, if you think about like when you run into an old friend, you're like, hey, how you been? What have you been up to? Where you living? What's the job like? How are the kids? How's your parents? You're going to ask those kinds of questions. And so when you meet a total stranger, and you start asking them the kind of questions that you really want to know, the kind of questions that somebody that already knows them is asking them, it disarms the other person. It makes them feel comfortable. It makes them feel like, oh, I'm talking to a friend, somebody that actually cares about me. And so it's not about so much telling stories as it is being curious about other people. Just striking up random conversations in an elevator, because most of the time what happens when you get in an elevator full of people, a lot of times everybody's just quiet and they're writing down in the elevator, and me, I usually get in and I crack a joke or I'll make an observation about something, and then it gets everybody talking. And so getting in the habit of just asking questions and being curious about other people wherever you go. If you're shy around other people, like I said, go work in the restaurant business, go work as a host or a hostess, work as a waiter or a waitress, or work as a bartender, because you have to interact with other people. Just like you were talking about earlier, is like you became better at flirting, and you noticed that the more you flirted, in other words, you actually talked to the people that were coming to your bar, your tips got bigger.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's not just some chick that served me drinks. Now they feel like they're talking to somebody that they actually know, and and from a sales perspective, it's hard to say no to a friend. It's hard to say no to somebody that you like versus somebody that's just obnoxious. You go into a car dealer and they just start telling you all the facts and figures right away versus trying to create some rapport and get to know you a little bit. So you want to become inquisitive. You want to ask a lot of questions. Go to places where there's lots of people. It could be a wine and beer festival or wine and cheese, wine tasting. It could be a farmer's market, an art show, art gallery opening, just going someplace. I often tell guys to go to the mall and practice and just go and talk to the clerks and the different people in there and get in the habit of asking questions. Because when you ask questions and you take a sincere, authentic interest in other people and you actually listen to them and you look them in the eyes as they're telling you the response, you're creating rapport with them. They feel like they're talking to a friend, an ally, somebody that they already know, versus somebody that wants something from them.